This is Gideon for you. And I decided to do video like this, like recording my face on my phone. There's something we human beings find hard to understand. Is that there's a difference between understanding the will of God and the will of God. The will of God and the will of God is two different things which we human beings complicate. And even the will of Allah and the will of Allah is different. Even till today, that's why till today Nigeria is having the issue of banditry and Boko Haram. Because Boko Haram, they believe whatever they do is what Allah tells them to do. And that, like, whatever they are doing is the will and way of Allah. And that is not how it is. Because I have Muslims as friends, Muslims are my friends, Muslims are my neighbors. Even someone close to me is a Muslim. To show that Muslims are not like that. It's just the way they are being taught, and in which their Quran does not portray. So let's go ahead with this first. Let's start with the will of God. The will of God is all about just the definition of will of God is just about the desires or decisions for a person's situation or standard, or following the footsteps in which the person lives. That's the definition of will of God. Why the way of God? This talks about the principles, the pattern, and the way He uses it to bring His will to pass. It's the way of using the will to bring the will to pass, following the way of God. Like, how will I put it in a way you guys understand? I'll put it in a way that the way of God is just like saying, being obedient, living a principled life. That's the way of God. Nothing else matters. Will of God is just about being, you are obeying the will of God. Like, let God will come to pass in my life. You grab. We will man confuse things quickly. Every woman confuse the will of God and the way of God is this. Man will results. Humans always want results fast. We want things fast. We don't want to work for it. We just want things fast. But ignorant. But we ignore the processes. Like, what I'm trying to say is that we human beings, we want something in a hurry. We don't want to be patient for it. We just want it in a hurry. Like, when you ignore the process, that's the way of God. But when human beings want the result fast, that's the will. Another one is that people think if something is God's will, it should be easy. Like, if they know, like, for example, Allah, Boko Haram in Nigeria currently, they believe that killing people is a way of, like, people who don't follow the way they are being taught is a way of pleasing their Allah, and it's not good, and that is not the right way to do things. So that's different. That's what I'm trying to highlight from my own perspective. I might not be correct, but you might be correct. But this is just a way of me saying it to you that the will of God is different from the way of God. And for these things, I want to highlight that once things are already getting asked for we human beings, they think that that's not the way of God. That God is not the one that decides this part for them. But there's something we human beings don't realize. Till today, Nigeria has the highest rate of Muslims and Christians. Like, there are more churches in Nigeria and more people who believe in God, more than the entire world. But most people don't understand that the way of God and the will of God is different. I have friends that they everyday church, God. And I feel like they are more passionate than I feel like I'm like Satan among them to feel that type of way. But let me break this down for you. See, God's will is fulfilled through His way. The will of God is fulfilled through His way. There are two different things. The will of God is fulfilled through the way of Him, not outside it. The next one I'm trying to talk about is the key difference. Like, I'm breaking down who the will is what and what is how. The will is what. Sorry, the will is what and the way is how. So therefore, let's do it like this. The will, you'll be successful. Why the will? Through discipline. Like, how will I say it? For example, if a farmer wants to grow a crops, he starts digging, putting the plant. That's the will. That's the process. Why the will is just to start. Like, if you don't have the will, you can't have the way. So that's the two different things I'm trying to elaborate here now. Like, there's something I realize. People want success. They don't want to work for something. Like, if things are going their way, they feel like, oh, it's God, this God is in the country, but that's not it. There's something we should all realize in life is that if we don't follow the way, the most important thing is the will of God. Forget about the way. It's the will of God. If you don't have the will of God and the will, you can't go through the way, because the way is going to be very difficult, like stressed out. So without the will, you can't have the will right. So you have to get the will right before you get the way right. Like, I will say it in today, according to Pastor Apostle Solomon, he said it. Many people are praying for God's will, but they are God's will. They are, what do you say? Let the will of God come to pass. But they are not ready for the way. The way is a very, very stressful thing that we human beings aren't able. Because you can pray today that God, I pray let your will be done in my life by giving me a car. But you don't know the way of getting the process. You don't know where it takes you years. Since I can say today, I've prayed a lot of things that I've gotten. I did not get it that moment. Like it took time, months before I'm being able to get this situation. And now I'm trying to say it. Pray for the will of God. Because the will is going to be stressful and temptation for you. Click on the link, subscribe, and this is Gideon for more videos come up. Thank you.